So my name is Lucas Domegård, and this is my exam assignment for this course. And here we have the LTU Lab Assistant Manager. Sorry, let me clear that. So I've actually went ahead and made some. I've added some lab assistants with some sessions because I thought it would save some time. So when we run this program, we can see all the information here as it should do normally when we do it manually. But here we have, but let me just show you how it is here. So for example, I make an input 5, which is print assistant summary, just so you can see all the randomized, and this is randomized every time. But let's see how the program is actually working first, so you can get a little taste. So let's input Dirk. He's a good friend. And then we need to assign his credits. He only has 100 credits, only, but he only has 100. Then he's been added and assigned a random ID of 1806. So let's check that, make sure he has it. And there he is, Dirk. Let's try and remove him, and just to make sure that, for example, that we cannot do an input, or let's say we use someone who isn't there, it handled it. There's no lab assistant register with ID 1000. So let's actually put in his Dirk ID here. He are not allowed to work here anymore. 1806, we remove it, and we can check, and there he's not there anymore. However, let's see how much Magnus Carlson has been working. So his ID is 4255, and he's only been working one time, it seems. So he doesn't earn a lot of money because he only worked about 1.5 hours. So this is about how much it works. It works for any combination. It always returns to the main program. And if we want to end the program, I'm not going to bother showing the 3 because, as you can see, it actually works here. So you can play around with it if you want to. Ending the program, goodbye. So let's take a look at what I've been doing here for the past 8 hours. So let's talk a little bit about the program's architecture. The flowchart is very simple. Start program, display menu. It's very menu centralized, basically. We only use the scanner and the date. We only use standard arrays. We're following all the guidelines that we've been asked to do. This is just my adding lab assistant, to the programs. And if you don't want to do that, you just comment the whole bottom section that I've written a little comment. Here's my program. So it breaks very neatly, as we've learned in other modules. This is the menu, and it always comes back to this. It's very, very designed around this menu, and also designed around error handling. So, for example, when we do the add lab assistant, for example, as you could see, you get asked, okay, what is the name? And we're only allowed to, as you can see here, to use a certain set of characters to make it valid. And then we're evaluating the education credits. So anything between 0 and 400 is allowed. Anything other than that is not allowed, and we just catch it and retry it. Give a little error message. So it's very user friendly, in my opinion. For sorting, we can go down and check. For example, I want to go through each bit, but let's just go down and check. Where are the print details for record session? For example, we are only using the very, very standard arrays for that, anyways, as you can see here. So it meets the specified requirements, I think. I hope so. I've been trying to be careful. So let's go from top to bottom. What are we doing here? Program start. it goes through and shows the menu. So let's look at how assistants are added and removed. Basically, they're validated, they enter the name, enter how many credits, and then it gets stored in an array. And then it uses this function here to generate the unique ID. So anything between 1000 and 999, that's what you get. And it checks actually here if it's already used by another lab assistant. And then if you want to remove one, we want to validate that the actual assistant is actually valid for between 1099, but also that it's found. So, excuse me, that it's found in the system, so we cannot remove something that's not there, basically. And then we're talking about registering working hours. This calculates salary based on time worked and in conjunction with education credits. So depending on how many credits you have, that's how much money you will get, basically. This logic is very vital, of course, ensuring in the right compensation or so for the lab assistants, I would guess. Here we have a get valid lab assistant ID from the input, some helpers that I've put here, and valid session time, and all this valid format, date, valid date, all this so we can actually go ahead and register in the way that I liked, which is date, start time, and end time. For me, it makes more sense to have the date first. Just for me, that's how it is. Moreover, that it's in valid formats and so forth. Parsing. This is an important part because I had to get the dates and the strings right, because I had some problems when I was doing this code that I was facing with actually making it appear in the order in the way I wanted to. So I just split them and made it very, very straightforward here. So you can see that. So if you want to print session details, for example, this is a method to show it in the specific way that you guys asked to show, and this is to calculate duration of sessions in hours and minutes. And this makes sure actually that if we have, say, just 25 minutes of work time, it will be a full hour, and then it will count. After that, it will actually count half hours, but it just makes sure that we don't get a null value or no pay. If you work, you need to get paid. If you're calling for half an hour, you need to get 1 hour pay. That's what you guys said, so I put in there. Now we want to print the pay slip for lab assistant, and here we put together detailed information about the assistants and sessions and total salaries, as we can see here. So we have the date, start time, end time, salary, and then I'll just put payslip has been printed as well, because it's another confirmation that I liked to have, that I know it reached the end, so to speak. So here we have it. I also tried to make some so it's more readable. I don't like it when it's all contract, like it's all compact here. So you can see here. Then we have the summary, and basically it's the same, more or less the same way we use the arrays, and we try to print them in the way that we like, so that we can see all the total sessions and how much money totally I need to pay out each month, because this is very, very they do take a lot of money, these lab assistants. So some reflections that I made, of course, so this is to get our hourly rate, the calculation for that, sorry. and then it's the test code. So now we're going through the whole code. Some things that I've actually thought about for this program to enhance it a little bit is can also always work with the comments, because if I gave this code to someone else, they probably would scratch their head a little bit. And then we could probably sort it a little bit like better and make sure that the data is recorded redundantly, like not redundantly, but forever on startup and on shutdown. And then maybe in the future, if I'd like to extend the features a little bit, I could make so that you could export the data set to somewhere, and like maybe test it for scalability a little bit. Would be nice. And then lastly, maybe check a little bit, like create some more user confirmation. For example, if you do something that is quite vital, like removing lab assistant on all his sessions, you might want to get like a yes/no type question, something like that. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with this exam project. Yeah, leave your questions and suggestions if you have any. And yeah, this is Lucas Dumgård signing off for this time, and see you next time. And I'm looking forward for coding some more. See you around.